Join here at Pit Lane, home of Hungerford Town. Luke Russe, great performance from yourself today, mate. Notched it up with the first goal after a well-worked move. Talk us through that one, bud.
Yeah, I was pleased. Good ball by Ricky, and managed to bring it down. And to be honest, the keeper made my mind up for me. I don't know, his angles were a bit seen the near post open, and it was good to celebrate with the away fans. I feel like I should have had a few more this season, goals-wise. Got into some good positions and just haven't quite had that little bit of confidence in front of goal. But thankfully today it went in.
Yeah, no, I suppose really good performance from the boys as well. You're coming away here to a very tricky place to come and play your football, Hungerford. I think we've all had chats about just how they go about playing the game, and you obviously in the middle of that, in the thick of it, has come over here and said exactly what the game plan was from Hungerford from the outset. But we've managed to ride that today and come out 3-0 victors. Yeah,
I think sometimes it can play into your favour because you know that whatever game they're going to play, you know how they're going to play it. But sometimes it can go against you, and I think today we knew what they were about, and we didn't try to rise to their game, because sometimes that could, if that's what they do, they're good at it for a reason. So we didn't play them at their game. We just played ourselves at what we're good at, and we tried to get the ball down on a very tough pitch. I thought maybe not in our half, but especially in their half, we had a few good combinations. It led to a few chances, and I think we just got to do that more often. I think sometimes we're too het up on the opposition. We know we're a good side. We've got some good players. We've got some good lone players, a little bit of experience at the back, and if we just play our game, we know we can give anyone a game on their day.
Speaking of that, experience at the back, it almost looked like a return to form for the Chippenham back four, the way that it sort of set up and played today. Start of the season, Russie, when we were catching up, it was very much a case of shutting teams out to get points and get wins on the road. Today we've come here, and certainly for the first 45 minutes it looked as if Hungerford were the team that were, if anything, going to be the ones that are causing the problem to either goalkeeper. And that back four today has held up fantastically, supported by yourself and Callum, and of course Joe dropping back in and doing bits. But a clean sheet on the road is always nice, but especially against a side like this that they do tend to score goals.
Yeah, well, we back ourselves. I think if you look at the back four, and Will Henry's probably one of the best keepers in the league. Will Richards and Parselle are probably two of the best centre halves in the league. And then the last few weeks we've had Alex Bray and Danny Greenslade, who are very accomplished at this level. Today we've had Spence filling in, even though he's been ill this week, and Hilly just recovered as well. He's a young lad, he's done really well. So we've got Hanksy sitting in front. We've got a bit of experience in there, and then with a bit of energy, me and Gunnar, Ricky and Alfie got that quality, and you've seen what Harry Parsons can do today. If he gets a chance, he's going to sniff him out. So we've got a real balance about the team at the minute. Some good young lads on the bench that are full of energy as well, and we're in good spirits. We're disappointed about the game Sunday, but there's no better way than 2 days later coming back and winning 3-0 away from home.
Yeah, I think we caught up outside the media side of things on Sunday, and it was a disappointing result for those who really sort of bleed blue, and the club in general. I suppose when you come away and reciprocate with a performance like this on the road, and then knowing full well that Sunday's got to be at the back of your mind, you're looking at that, and it's difficult to not sometimes look through teams like Hungerford and knowing that the big ones around the corner. But I suppose it puts you and the lads in a real positive spirit heading into the Derby part 2. Yeah,
it was really disappointing Sunday because the fans come out in their numbers. I think there were 1,600 there, which is a really good crowd at home. So we were really disappointed. I don't think it was a 4-1 game, if I'm honest, but you look at it and they probably deserved the 3 points in the end. But we came. There's nothing worse than dwelling on a loss. 2 days later we couldn't come here and think, we've just lost. We've got to come here, wipe the slate clean, and I think we've done that, and we'll do exactly the same Sunday. We'll wipe the slate clean, go ahead to Bath, and hopefully put in a better performance, more like today and less like Boxing Day.
Well, I think Bath certainly saw, from Jerry's perspective at the very least today, in attendance, and saw what we can really do, and hopefully now obviously we can head into Bath. And I think it was it's never really quite a given when they've got a good look at yourself in part 1, and they might be going into that game now with a slight amount of complacency, and knowing full well that what we can do certainly away from home this season, we've got to again fancy our chances after a result like this.
Well, you know better than me, Simon, every game of football is different, whether it's the referee, a little bobble, a stupid header that goes somewhere. Every game is different, so I don't think we can look back on Boxing Day too much. Obviously take the negatives, take the positives, learn from things, but every game's different. Twickenham Park's probably a bigger pitch, hopefully be a big crowd there again, and like I said, we're looking to replicate today's performance rather than Boxing Day.
Perfect. Well, Luke, we'll let you get in and get your shower and get on with your post-match celebrations. An assist today, I believe, as well, wasn't it? And a goal, so not a bad performance for yourself as an engine in the midfield. But Luke, fantastic from you today, mate. Well done. All the best. See you Sunday.
See you again. Cheers, mate.
Continuing coverage here at Hungerford Town, Pit Lane, with our defenders, our star duo today. Clean sheet on the road, boys. We'll start with you, Spence, coming back in after quite a long layoff. You've been a bit poorly, ears, backs, hamstring, overfed at Christmas, but you've waltzed in today and you've made Pit Lane your own.
Yeah, I know. It's one of them 4 weeks off. It's never nice having a little injury and then a little bit of a layoff and a little bit of an infection at the same time. But fortunately, missed Boxing Day, which is a big shame, which I'm really looking forward to. But it's fantastic being involved today, and just more pleasing getting the 3 points and the clean sheet, which is massive. I think all over the park, I think from the front, from the back, I thought we were just excellent throughout, and a really enjoyable day at the office, to be fair.
Yeah, 100%. And Kieran, obviously, we've come to yourself, mate. I know that you were keen to jump in front of the camera today because you were going to say something at the end of the game against Bath last week. Just for reference points for people at home, as club captain, you've been here, longest serving player at the club now, I think, by about a season and a half. It hurts you a little bit more when these kind of things happen. And I know, obviously, last week we wanted to speak to you after the Bath game, but you're a little bit, a bit disappointed. Yeah. There ain't nothing wrong with that, but to come back out today swinging the way that we have, clean sheet, 3 points, 3 goals, it must feel fantastic as the leader of the boys on the pitch to go out and respond like that.
Yeah, first and foremost, obviously we all apologise for that performance at Bath, but we knew there was a game 48 hours after, and to put it right like that, it was no better feeling. Listen, this is one of the toughest places to come in the league, and we've dominated throughout, scored 3 great goals, clean sheet, and not many teams have come here and pick up points.
No, and Spence, I think this is probably a game for you. Looking at this from the outset, and this is absolutely maximum respect to yourself and your abilities as a player, but as an experienced pro with a little bit more about yourself in terms of the gamesmanship and the dark art side. You know what players are going to do in situations like that. Hungerford have made a bit of a name themselves at being fantastic at doing that, at disrupting the game and breaking things down and making things awkward for players to come here. But no shade of that today when we've stood up against that, and not only you boys as experienced pros but have helped a very young squad come through that with flying colours. Yeah,
sometimes you got to do it. Like all credit due to Hungerford, they've been fantastic all year, probably doing that to teams away and at home. We knew as a collective we would, if we went 1-up, we would have to slow the game down. At the same time, if there were some naughty fouls, we'd have to get around the referee. All those little things we knew we had to do today. So it was brilliant and I think when Clarkey, fair play to him, sent us over the dossier with how they play. Myself, Pars, Will, Hilly was superb today. I think they're games we liked in terms of them being quite direct, playing into areas. So we knew if we matched them today, we had more than enough on the pitch to get the result, and I think that showed today with a brilliant performance.
Exactly. You said after they're coming out here, this is not always the prettier side of things. When you come out on a pitch like this and you're slipping all over yourself, left, right, and centre, and your trainers and your shoes, and God knows what else, you're lucky for your studs. But pitches like this, they're not attractive to teams in this league. Your Ebbsfleets, your Havants are used to playing on carpets. They're not going to be like that, and it's only really in the last couple of seasons where Chippenham have been blessed with that. You were here when we were playing on dust and rock, and pitches like this aren't too far away from your MO. You come out here and you're not going to be phased like this, where a lot of people have come down here and take one look at that and go, we're halfway to beating already.
Yeah, well, listen, you're going to get the pitches are going to change now. We're quite fortunate enough. Tony's done a brilliant job with our pitch at home, and I think we've played some great football over the last few weeks, but this was a total different side of us. Even though we've got it in us, this was a total side. This is all about battle, winning your individual battles, that bit of grit, that bit of determination, and I think that's what's seen us over the line, and I think that's why we had them well-deserved 3 goals.
Yeah, Spence, you say obviously a couple of injuries over the last few weeks, a year, the tweaked one. I think you got a full-blown smack in the face against Billericay. You've not had it easy of late, but you've come through today back in. Fitness is looking good. Alex probably looks like he's still going to be away for a couple of weeks nursing the hammy. I suppose if you're going to come back in for a couple of games and have a real chance to sort of stake your claim, no better place to go to Twerton Park on Sunday, is there?
Yeah, like I said, I was gutted to miss the last Bath game, and to be fair to Cookie, he called me saying he needed me today to do a job at right back, and I said, look, as long as I'm playing, I'm happy. More than happy to do a job for the boys as well when needed, and it's got to make sure myself stay fit. Like I said, I had a couple of niggly injuries which have been just a little bit frustrating, but feeling good, feeling there. Obviously a little bit blown towards the end, having not trained obviously until the first bit of minutes, actually kicking the ball today after 4 weeks, but that came in. Like I said, I'm very much looking forward to the game against Bath, and I think we certainly owe them one after the other day as well.
Go on in, Skipper, talk them in. Part 2, A4 Derby, away at Twerton Park, bit between your teeth from the 4-1. You put the nice little message out over Christmas. It was a bit pleasant, a bit ugly this time, innit? Well, you got to go down there and give them one, haven't we? Yeah,
we do. We owe them one, and like I said, our form away from home has been brilliant so far this season, and we don't fear anyone away from home. And to be fair, obviously the one at home wasn't good enough, but like I said, we've come here, got a positive result, and we've got to build on that again now. And we will. We've got a good group in there, good group of staff as well who look after us, and we're all in it together, and we will go there with a lot more fight.
Well, boys, today it's 3-0, it's 3 points. It's a tricky place to come and play your football, but you've come and done it. Now you go and enjoy your celebrations, and we'll see you on Sunday. For today, Chippenham Town's star duo at the back, Spencer Hamilton, Kieran Parselle. Well done, boys, and we'll see you against Bath.
Cheers, Simon.
Top man.
Cheers.